Crazy how many threats Israel's facing on a daily basis. Alex, thanks so much. Meanwhile, today, former President Trump and his running mate J.D. Vance, who will be with us shortly, head to North Carolina to address the current administration's national security failures. In 2020, then Senator Kamala Harris said, quote, unequivocally supporting cutting $74 billion from the defense budget to redirect funding to communities in need. No joke. Meanwhile, the White House is hitting back on the New York Times, reporting that President Biden secretly approved refocusing our nuclear strategy to take out China, Russia, North Korea, and, I'm sure, Iran in the Middle East. Trump surrogate, Florida Congressman Michael Waltz, former Green Beret, joins us now to discuss. Congressman, first up, when it comes to national security, you guys are to blame that Iran is closer to a nuclear weapon and a belligerent in the Middle East.
Yeah, it's just laughable. And this pep rally that we're seeing here at the DNC is laughable as well. What part of the world is more secure now 4 years later after Biden and Harris? Under President Trump, the ISIS was largely defeated and contained. Iran was broke. To the point that you were just making, their currency was tanking, and their surrogates, Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Hamas, were openly complaining that they were out of cash because it wasn't coming from Iran anymore. And you literally had peace deals breaking out across the Middle East. And what do you have now? You have Anthony Blinken on the international stage saying Israel is to blame, that Bibi Netanyahu is the one that's escalating, and that, if we could only just find more concessions, if we could just focus on this peace deal, that Iran would be nice and Hamas would be nice, too. It's laughable if it weren't so dangerous, Brian.
For a different conversation, they're also holding back Ukraine from doing what they need to do with the weapons that they got from the West against Russia. But this statement is so telling. The Harris campaign says this: the vice president will never allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon while the preferred path is through diplomacy. All options are on the table. Trump withdrawing from the 2015 deal left Iran closer to a nuclear weapon. So she'll never let it happen, even though they're weeks away, and they've already given them $6 billion in a hostage swap alone, while not doing anything when they hacked the Trump campaign and admitted doing. The FBI says they hacked. Where's the retribution there?
They didn't just hack, Brian. They're trying to kill him. We just arrested a Pakistani national with ties to Iran who had made a down payment on multiple hitmen who were recruiting spotters, who were was recruiting protesters to cause a distraction for the next hit on Iran. That's on top of the earlier hitmen that came across our southern border for Venezuela. And then on top of it all, Iran is openly funding drones into Ukraine and all of this terrorist activity into the Middle East. What did President Trump do? He told China, if you don't stop buying Iranian oil and funding all of this, then you're going to have problems with the United States. The House has passed sanctions on Chinese buyers of Iranian oil, and it's been sitting on Chuck Schumer's desks now for the better part of a year. There are real solutions on the table to restore peace in the Middle East, but this administration is pandering to the protesters right outside the DNC where I am. They are obsessed with losing Michigan, and literally these pro-Hamas protesters are driving this administration to put more pressure on our ally Israel than they are anyone else in the Middle East.
And an arms embargo could be on the table if Kamala Harris
on the table.
Wins this election. Yeah, they're already restricting some weaponry as talks go on right now overseas in Egypt. Congressman, thanks so much. You're in enemy territory. Best of luck. Stay safe. Use all your combat preparedness.
We embed in foreign cultures with Green Berets, Brian. So
I'm pretty sure you're going to be okay. You're equipped for this. Thanks so much, Congressman.